form of the Rita opening, and black will very aggressively try to take the initiative in the center, while white will defend the center and then quickly blast open the center. And we'll see how this game progresses, and there will be a form of a positional sack for the queen, but since my opponent cast it on the wrong side, I've analyzed it a couple times, it will inevitably lead to defeat. Even if you did go the proper way in this case, which would have been kingside, in the long run, it still would not have been sufficient enough to force a draw. So I'm white. Knight to f3, d5, d4, knight c6, all standard stuff. Just trying to do the Rita, not a Chatelaine or a Queen's Gambit. I just want to castle quickly, kingside. Takes out my knight. Maybe I'll gain a bit of tempo later in the center because my bishop's there. Fighting for the center, as explained earlier. Defending my center. Playing very aggressive. The computer here recommends c3. I just wanted to develop my pieces personally. He trades. I was a little surprised to see that, to be honest with you. Because then my pawns can defend my center and I don't have to relegate it with pieces. So I'd seen this. As stated, he's very aggressively trying to go for my center and get a space advantage, possibly to build up a kingside attack. And most people would be like, well, if you made a home for your bishop on g2, why didn't you just put it back to g2? The reason I did not do this is because it would give him the opportunity to play a quick h5. And I can always, this is a multi-purpose move because I'm going to play f3 eventually. But the e2 bishop on that square prevents this thrust h5. a5, Compton didn't say anything wrong with this. I thought he was going to develop a piece, to be honest with you. I quickly try to strike in the center. Defends it. Good play. He takes. I take. Takes with his queen. I was a bit surprised. I guess if he took with his pawn, he would give me a very mobile center with c4 and d5. A lot of play. Gain tempo. This I didn't agree with too much because next couple moves I'll gain another tempo. And knight to f6. So now his king's still in the center. I'm going to blast it open. And that f file that's opened up is very strong because I can gain a little bit more time with my rook on his queen. And then I'll roll my bishop outside my chain, or I'll protect my light squares and then break on the queen side on the light squares. And he's got some weaknesses to defend. Break in center, takes double attack I was talking about earlier. Can't take because the pin. He does, and the AI does not say there's anything wrong with this. So in theory it would be an acceptable positional sack for the queen. But as stated earlier, in the long run, even with proper play, it would not be sufficient. But a very good try for practical chances nonetheless. Pin, and it's all over. He should have gone kingside, but it wouldn't have mattered. He would eventually double rooks on the e-file, as long as I protect my e1 square and my second rank e2. I can always eventually, because I can shatter a structure with my bishop, give up a queen for 2 rooks, and then it's all over but the crying. And then the game's over. So a quick review. I'd be honest with you, I was impressed with Black's play. Very aggressive, fighting for the initiative. It's good to see. So he's just fighting. Good for him, trying to fight hard. c3 would have been better. Good. That was a star move, in my opinion, because it prevents a kingside attack. And then I just work on consolidating the position. Good move. I was a little surprised I wasn't incorrect. Boom. And I felt, you know, I had good lines, even though my bishop on c1's a little poor. You can always roll outside the chain and cause a little bit of problems because we know the e-file is going to open up. And just breaking the center. So I was impressed with black, tried to fight for the center, but as soon as he pushed that pawn, I just undermined it, and my pieces were very active. Very active. And then he castled the wrong way. If he castled kingside, put a little bit of pressure on the king side, and I would be able to hold the position. So, I was pretty happy. Well, I know that was a quick one, guys, but just undermine the center and a quick attack, and I was pretty happy. So, I'll have another one probably later tonight, but that's what the AI recommended, and I'd still be able to do fine. My pieces would become active. He would get play on the e-file, but I would always be able to stop his counterplay. And in the end, I would always be able to give up my queen for 2 rocks, and his position would be inferior. Thanks for your time, guys, and I hope you had a good evening, and enjoy your long weekend.